Sure, it's definitely fine. Now kill it with fire. It couldn't be anything other than fine. It's the only natural assumption is to presume that it's fine. So just as a reminder, chat, there won't be a stream tomorrow because I will be at that eye doctor's appointment that I've been talking about for a week. And then I will hopefully just get a bunch of editing done tomorrow when I do get home from the eye doctor's appointment, which won't be till like mid-afternoon. It's like an hour-and-a-half trip for me. Plus my eyes won't be working properly because I'm going to have drops in them, so yay! And then after all of that, well, after I'm back and whatnot, I will be editing. And then on Friday, which is the last stream of the week, I will be streaming Odd Realm. Odd Realm is a game that's very like Dwarf Fortress, but is focused on playing multiple very unique factions instead of the same things that Dwarf Fortress is focused on. If you like Dwarf Fortress, it's a game that you may be interested in. It's also a game that you might not be even remotely interested in, but it's a game that's made by a local Vancouverite to me, and a game that I really want to see succeed, so I'm going to be streaming a bunch of that tomorrow, and hopefully it's good. You gotta love the stream crash? Stream crashed? What? Anyway, you just got a whole bunch of thingies. Also, this dwarf is making an artifact. What are you, Yoshi? You're an adept weaponsmith and furnace operator, so here's hoping to make something cool. Went down briefly and came back. Well, it wasn't me. Actually, maybe it was. Looks like I dropped 454 frames. I just default deny? Whoa, you're not wrong. Total cut, eh? Did it split the VOD? Oh my god, it did. Wow. Yep, no, it also halved my view count, so it literally did. That's wild. I wonder what the fuck caused that. Well, that sucks. I've never said that I'm from the... Well, I thought I misread that, Bunny. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver, Canada. I think YouTube's fine. You know, actually, I would blame Restream.io. I stream through Restream.io because it's the only way that I can get... Okay, more ads. Because it's the only way that I can get two feeds to Twitch and a feed to Twitch and YouTube, which sucks because they're a terrible service. So I would blame them. That or like Twitch's connection to them. Because I did drop some frames, so it might have been me, but dropping frames wouldn't make me disconnect, and I don't have any disconnections here. Guess somebody's torrenting a lot of gigabytes of something in my building. Hopefully soon I get on that fiber. Once I'm on that fiber, I won't be able to complain. Because there won't be anything to complain about. All those poor lurkers, it's fine. The only reason I say it's fine, it's not, it sucks, is because I don't make money off of ads or like sponsored time, so I don't care if my average view count tanks for a minute. It just sucks mentally, that's all. It just hurts my self-esteem. It doesn't actually hurt me, which is fine. Who needs self-esteem? More fiber than your wildest dreams? You should get some fiber 1 in your diet then. Or raisin bran? Or just some bran muffins for that matter. Then you'll have more fiber in your... And you don't need wild dreams for that. Cereal is poison. Now, this is true. Just like, regardless of dietary restrictions, most cereal is really bad. I was just trying to make a joke. Although, I don't think you should eat fiber optic cables either, so... Not that I'm one to judge if you do. If that's your thing, then, like, live your life, I suppose. But I don't think you should be doing that. It's forbidden. It's forbidden lit spaghetti, is what it is. Where is minecart? Oh no. Did it fail, like actually hit something? Yoshi the Hammer of Yugath has created Astalokan Ethab, a pig iron short sword, and offers it to the trampled machine. That's awesome, but where did that minecart go? Do I have to drain this to get it out? I may have to. Where the hell did that minecart go? I'm sorry. Why are you at the bottom of my trash pile? Okay, how about we put a different minecart on this? Hammerer makes a sword. That's not... Yeah, well, yeah. You are correct. Hammerer did, in fact, make a sword. And the name of it is ASTE. Short sword. Astalokon Nokol Ethab. Pig iron short sword. I also would offer it to the trampled machine because it's not a very good short sword. I'm also just going to go here and place a chain down and put a dragon in here. Just to keep an eye out for, you know, any criminals. How long is this going to keep up? Hopefully not much longer, because that's real bad for me. First, I have to go AFK for like 20 minutes and like 55 people left or so. And now I have to, and now the stream goes kaput, and now I have to edit these VODs back together on top of it. I want to cry, chat. This is a pig iron short sword. All craft store ship is of the highest quality. It is studded with pig iron and decorated with beak dog and goblin cap, and encircled with bands of clay and tunnel tube. On the item is an image of Santhina the Spurting, the Minotaur, in clay. Santhina is traveling. The arc relates to the wandering of the Minotaur, the Spurting, the beloved Frost in 162. The item is an image of Stockade Music, the large, sleek, flowing metal mask in magnetite. Your superior internet connection. I don't know what caused that drop, because like normally if it was my internet, OBS would have given me a notification, but I didn't get a notification from OBS, so I don't think it was my internet. I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. It could very well have been me, but that would be odd if it was. It's time to begin crushing the hammers of Armok. Oh, you need more chests. There we go. Duchess is happy again. Yeah, it's probably like a Twitch server blip, but it just sucks because it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just sucks. That's all it is. To the point where I have a guy who sometimes I pay to do really menial editing tasks for me that are very simple. He doesn't really do anything complicated, but I might just send him a DM and be like, hey, can you download these 2 VODs and stitch them together for me? Thanks. I'll pay you the $8 or whatever for your time. The first hammer of the fort. Pets get put in the slab menu? Yep. Proxa is the one doing the linking, which is cool. I should really fix this. So that is exceptionally dangerous, having those open there. Slab menu is why I use the autograve on DF Hack? Yeah, it's fair. It could be a lot better, let me tell you. Hello, Rev. It's good to see you. You could never get auto-engrave to work reliably. It's just one of those things that I'd rather do manually because I know it'll work. If I don't do it manually, then I'm always afraid it won't work. Greetings from the coast. Have you moved or something? All right. Who's ready to drop the first hammer of Armok of the stream? Everything is separated. Zell, sir, thank you very much for the 31st month with Prime. Greatly appreciate you, man. The unknowable greed to become the mountain home. Let's see if I can get Stinthad to do it. Ah, you're conducting a meeting first. It's a fancy as hell shirt you got. Why are you moving so slowly? Oh, it's because you're carrying a boulder for some fucking reason? Can you drop that boulder, please?
X400. My internet is 2 potatoes here, but you're welcome to these fancy bits.
Thank you very much for the bits, dude. Means a lot. I wish I could look up and thank you properly, but currently I'm just trying to find the dwarf in this list. Although it doesn't seem to be in this list. Although I know exactly what job it is, so I could just go fix it. Rev, thank you very much for the $4. Greatly appreciate you. And thanks for thank you very much for helping make this not the slowest month of the year. Because currently it's second, or it's currently below the slowest month of the year. But maybe we can recover and get above the slowest month of the year. We can recover? Yeah. I had my lowest sub count of the year earlier today. So, you know. Oh no, I know, it broke the VOD, which is why I'm pissed. I wouldn't be pissed if it hadn't broke the VOD. Maz, thanks for the 5 pack of gift subs. Hey, look, you sniped Casual Elephant. I know that man. He's a good dude with a beard and a fart button. All right, Dwarf. I need you to pull this lever for thematic reasons. So once you're done drinking, can you please pull the lever? That would be great if you could do that. Thanks. Instead, you're going to go pull a light lever. I mean... After you conduct a meeting. With Kumil, well, get yelled at by somebody in charge, and then you go pull the lever. There we go. Now we can do the thematic thing. It's just not the highest priority job, is all. Something evil is emerging from the newly exposed pocket. So the question is, where is it? It's a blind brute. Hey, look at me! Brutified. A very large eyeless humanoid, lizard twisted into humanoid form. It undulates rhythmically, and its dark pink scales are blocky and close set. Beware its noxious secretions. And it climbs up and then immediately gets smacked by boulders. It got bruised. And it got hit by a cloud of its own extract. And then slammed with a bunch more boulders, but seems to be alive and well. Well, it's time to fight this thing, chat. But first, I'm just going to lock this door and get my military prepped and ready. Got to give them the opportunity to get here first. If anybody's stuck down there, well, I guess it sucks to be them. Squish the brute. That's what I was trying to do, but, you know. Here come the dwarves. In a rush. Open the doors. And then we wait. Here comes the creature. The first one into the fight is Rith, the Hammerlord. Moving directly towards it. Begins dueling with the creature, and I immediately see its goo on the ground. The Hammerlord strikes the blind brute with the shield, fracturing the bone. The force twists the right lower arm, tearing apart the scale and bruising the fat. The Hammerlord bashes the blind brute in the lower body with a silver warhammer, bruising the muscle and bruising the guts. The Servant of Yugas strikes the blind brute but she jumps away. They're both caught in the extract. Many more dwarves are caught in the extract. The Hammerlord bashes the blind brute in the left foot with her silver warhammer, bruising muscle. Check, and I get a Vile Force of Darkness and a big round of beers. The dwarves are all fighting with this creature, who's bleeding heavily. I don't see any dwarves that are severely injured. Even our commander is getting hits in on it by chipping its bone and crushing it. He actually blocked a shot from the blind brute with his battle axe. Or not his battle axe, his hammer. The creature itself is bleeding heavily and fighting with the dwarves in the cramped, tight hallway. And as quickly as it rose, the creature fell. And I send the dwarves back to training. But now we have the question of, well, yes, they survived. What did the noxious secretions do? So for the creature itself, it was killed by a Hammerlord who bashed it in the head so hard with a silver warhammer it jammed the skull through the brain and tore the brain.
Vile beast.
The dwarves are continuing to head upstairs. Let's see how they feel. And I think after that, that is enough for the Dwarven commander, Sideburns, to become... I need to find him in here. Our champion. There you are. So Sideburns is now the champion of the fortress. What a legend. Real Gamer Cal, thank you very much for the 7th month. Take that, Vile Beast. What an absolute fucking legend, man. Also, what's up, Sideways? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I think I'm going to actually give these dwarves a break from training and just leave them on off-duty for a little bit. Because honestly, I want these dwarves to go pray, maybe acquire some objects, do what they gotta do. So I'm sure there's many things that these guys gotta go do. Just lurking about for a bit. Well, enjoy your lurks, mate. I'm gonna store an item in the stockpile. Blueberry wine pot, nonetheless. You know, I don't think I've ever seen Noble listed right there before. Is that new or is that a DF hack thing? Also, it's fascinating that you can't assign work details to the champion. Just cleaning up blood. Like, that's what you choose to do with your time. Okay. Can't question it. For you are a noble there, Dwarf. Meanwhile, this dwarf reading a book, going and enjoying his time off. Gig Moth is still doing an individual combat drill, you goddamn workaholic. Laya is eating some food and being drowsy. Oz here is reciting some poetry and suddenly focused, enjoying the time off, I guess. Rith is reading books. What's Kashmir up to? Kashmir's just sleeping. Frankly, I call that legitimate. You can't expect the champion to perform manual labor. But they do, though. You just can't tell them to stop. That's why it's kind of funny. Put on a truly splendid item. But yeah, that's why it's funny, is because they do. Let's just make 30 leather backpacks. Probably gonna go get dizzy outside. And Stint Dad. How are you doing? Yeah, normally if like my stream goes offline and it's Twitch, I usually see a lot of other channels also go offline, so I think it was actually not Twitch. I'm pretty damn sure it was probably Restream IO. Which means I'll probably get an apology email from them later tonight. Those are dragons. They're war dragons. Well, cave dragons, actually. They are I stole them from the goblins. They're a goblin mount, generally. You can tame them yourself, but it's quite difficult to pull off. There's just books everywhere in here, jeez. All these messy book levers. Do I not have any... Oh, I don't have a chest in here. I was like, why have they not, like, done any copying or anything? It's like, well, because I have no chests, clearly. That's not how that works. I didn't tame them. I stole them. If I tamed them, then theoretically that's possible, but not really in practice. That's how it's supposed to work, but it's not super clear if it's ever worked. Alright, so it looks like it's all, like, right here. Yeah. Oh my god. That actually went pretty deep. That's where the demon came out of right there. No, actually, I don't want that right there. I want this right here. And right there. Did I just fuse a dwarf in there? I'm not sure. I think it's possible I may have. But whatever. Let's jump up to here. Go down here and say, cut gems, do forever. Oops. And cut gems, do until we run out. And let's also increase the number of bins at the stockpile by 1. Or I could just increase the size of said stockpile, but yeah, it's going to be a process starting to pull apart this spire, because this is going to be one of the tallest spires I've ever settled on, which is actually the reason I settled here in the first place, or one of the reasons, one of the main reasons, was purely because of how tall the lava spires were. So I don't know if we'll actually dig too deep. I might end the fort that way, I might not. I think for me, the goal primarily is to become the mountain home, which requires digging too deep. I really wanted to get the monarch in today, but at the very least, we have enough population to get the monarch. They're doing a bunch of plaster powder. I've never actually done gypsum. Well, not in a very long time. I very rarely do it, I guess is maybe the better way of putting it. Very, very, very rarely do it. Cut both of those out. You like the block color of it? I mean, hey, if it works for you, roll with it. Just trying to get this water to... Zasset Dur is missing from its proper place. So there's a bunch of witnesses. Man, if Stinthad did it, because they all saw them admiring it. Saw Ivy Lurkin admire the object. Melville saw, or Stinthad saw Melville admire the object. Stinthad saw Rakust admire, Bonesaw admire the object. But they also saw Stinthad admire it. So the question is, do you have it? This person's carrying a mutilated muskox. Well, let's interrogate. Let's interrogate B. Lurkin. Let's interrogate Stinthad. Who else was witnesses? Bonesaw. And Budgie. Budgie just saw that the object was missing. Plane ringed. Lead plane ringed. There's only one living lead, so we'll go after you too. See how good this dwarf is at interrogating. Skilled intimidator, competent persuader. Not bad. So the first spout of justice is against Ivy Lurkin. Made intimidating remarks in order to elicit information. Subject was cagey and refused to comply. Bad interrogator. Budgie has it and was lying. Everybody's just like accusing her of doing it. We'll suss it out. Give it time. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna lock you inside. There you go. We're interrogating Bonesaw. Because they already did Elephant Tender. No new pertinent... Subject appealed to the belief in harmony. So they both had belief in harmony. So it wasn't Stinthad. It was not our founder, which is good to know. So now we're going for Bonesaw. But somebody stole one of my artifacts, man. That's not okay. Oh, I should probably, like, put that dwarf in a coffin. Just having, like, you know, a skeleton in my prison is not great. Interrogated Bonesaw. No new information was revealed. Where the fuck is lead? You shouldn't be in this burrow so that you can go get people. There you are. You have 0 unhappy dwarves. There you go. Darius Cardron has been found dead, reason dehydrated. In the hospital? Do I need a better water source? I'm sorry? It's a bloody shame. It's orderlies on? Duh. I don't turn orderlies off, mate. Please don't ask me that question ever again. Like, I allow backseating on this channel, but geez, man, that's just offensive. It's probably just overworked dwarves and very strict burrows. That's actually probably the problem. Probably just need a well in there. No new information was revealed. Subject valued the law despite being intellectually stubborn. That's funny. That's very funny. Well, chat room, on that note, I think today was good and productive. We began digging slowly into the first adamantine spire, which is way too goddamn big. Like, way too fucking big. And we'll get into there eventually. We've got a lot more to do that to get down there. We'll get there eventually. It'll take time. But chat room, I'm fucking angry. And it's not your fault. It's whatever made my stream drop that's made me really mad. So before I get cranky unpleasantly, I think I should just call it. This last name is Foggy Town. Oh, that's a great name. Why don't you take me to Foggy Town? It's been a fun fort so far. I hope that you guys have been enjoying it. It's been a little slow, which is my concern. I fear that it's a little too slow. But I hope that there's enough intrigue going on and, you know, dropping people into things and slow constructions of cool bedroom patterns and whatnot that it's been entertaining. So I'm going to save and say, hey, YouTube chat. FPS drops quickly. It's got nothing to do with Linux. It's probably something in the game. It's like, if you're using DF hack, I type an exclamation point exterminate and see how many cavern creatures you have, because that's like the vast majority of frame rate drops these days. Or something is stuck somewhere. Look for a bunch of canceled jobs. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Okay? I have an eye doctor's appointment tomorrow. So I will be gone tomorrow. There will be no stream. We will be live on Friday, and we will be playing some of the good old-fashioned Odd Realm. A game that spent 6 years in early access on Steam. I played on day 1, and I will play on release. So, I mean, eye doctor's appointment is going to go exact the same way as it always does. Yep, your eyes got worse, and yep, you need new glasses. And I can't wait, because I want to get new glasses so fucking bad. Like, I can't even... Man, I cannot even describe to you how badly I want to get new glasses. These things are falling apart, and I've waited the last 2 months to be told that my eyes are worse so that I can go get new glasses. Can't wait. So fucking excited. But YouTube chat, we'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the long AFK and then the stream going down. Shit sucks, but it is what it is. Twitch chat, stick around because we're gonna go raid somebody. And YouTube chat, you're more than welcome to come raid somebody with us if you want, by simply popping into the Twitch stream. Otherwise, we will see you on Friday for Odd Realm. See you then. Peace. And yeah, I'm mad. I don't know. I'm just fucking sucks having VODs snap like that. So, in that case, I will say, hey, Twitch chat, we're gonna go raid somebody. You guys want to raid somebody? Yeah, stick around if you want to raid somebody. Don't run off. I like raiding people, so let's make it a good one, yeah? Yeah? Okay, sweet, awesome. Who's on that we could go yell at? I'd like to go yell at somebody I haven't yelled at in a bit. There's a lot of people on playing Dwarfs right now, but they're all people I've yelled at. Holy shit, Twitch has, stories on Twitch now. They finally migrated from the mobile app to reality. That's kind of cool. Oh, I know who we're going to go yell at. We're going to go yell at Drid. He's playing Soul Ash 2. Although he's in a BRB screen. That's fine. Oh, wait. Okay, so he literally just started raiding me. What do I do, chat? What do I do? There's a raid of like 140 people coming in. Quick, I'm starting Dwarf back up. It's fine. Don't tell YouTube. Should I just turn the YouTube stream back on and see if they notice? So, true story. I was literally about to raid you. Then I saw you raiding me, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll go for another 30 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. So we're just cancel the raid. Hi, Drid. How was Soul Ash? What's up, everybody? If you guys don't know who Drid is, he plays cool games, has good taste, and you should go give him a follow. I play too much Dwarf Fort and was about to end my stream because, like, I think it was Restream.io decided to knock me offline for like 10 seconds, which sucks. So I was kind of cranky, but thanks for bringing me back from the brink. We'll survive. I still can't backspace and DFhack. And I guess we'll just surprise turn the YouTube stream back on. That's fine. What are they going to do? Run away crying? Played really badly, and then he rolled a human called Bullgrass, and now he's doing fine. Okay, gotcha. Some of them are just okay. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. Not all games are cool. Let's see what happens when I just click the go live button on YouTube, which I just did. Just gonna delete that. Whatever. Can I, like... Dear Restream.io, why are you such a terrible piece of software? Like, genuine question. Like, why do you suck so bad? Well, whatever. Restream sucks. So instead of dealing with Restream, I instead will just stream on Twitch for a little bit. But this is just your personal theory. But, I mean, hey, you're allowed to have personal theories. Many people are entitled to personal theories. That's the point of a theory. Is that you can have them. I don't know where I'm going with this. But hi, Raiders. My name's Greg. I'm flustered. It's been a day. So since we have Raiders, I guess we'll just go down to the basement and keep bashing away at this. Maybe we'll drop another Hammer of Armok. We'll call it a bonus of Armok. Because I need to crush some demons. This won't take too long either. Who doesn't want a bonus of Armok? But yeah, no, true story. I was literally like, I had the stream up. I was like, yeah, you know what, why not? We'll raid Drid. That seems like a good way to end the day. And then it's just like, well, that's me popping up there. So I guess we'll like just avert and divert and go in the other direction then. Happens sometimes. That's how you know it's like a good raid target, when they're going to raid you at the exact same time. The only thing that could make it better is if the schedule's lined up slightly better, but, you know, is what it is. It's all good. It is fine. I'm not going to complain in the slightest. I'm actually honestly just killing time right now in this save because I'm waiting for, like, a monarch to show up, which means I need a king or queen to show up. Although in this fort, I think it'll be a king. And that just takes time. So it's literally just like a matter of waiting. Did I unlock this? I can't remember. Yeah, I guess I did. Is this in the burrow? I guess probably not. Yeah, today's been a weird day because I got new internet hooked up, which is great. I love getting new internet hooked up, which means I can get 3,000 symmetrical fiber, which is like exciting, and I'm super keen on that and cannot wait. However, the downside of that is I don't get it until like next month. Still have to wait a bit, which blows real bad. So, you know, it's not optimal, but hey, at least I'll get it eventually, allegedly. Also, speaking of burrows, I should probably just allow the followers to go down here too. Oh, I know the problem. Because I restarted the game. It's all priority 4. I need priority 1. There we go. Priority 1. Let's also get that done. Or what? Out of whatever material's available. Making the king the tavern keep. That's brave. All the LimeWire downloads, rest in peace. It died too soon. I do kind of unironically miss LimeWire. That could very well be the Magma Sea, by the way. I don't actually know. So I'll just let them dig around all this. And if it's not the magma sea, they'll be able to dig around it, and I can just dig through it. But beyond this top layer, this is going to start becoming a bit more of a pain. So I do also want that water there to dry up. So I think this layer is the one we're going to drop. So a hammer of Armok is where you cut out an entire chunk of dirt with a pillar holding it up, and then you attach that pillar to a lever, and then you drop that pillar and break everything beneath it. So essentially, I'm doing demolition mining. Oh. That's not what I was expecting to find there. Man, that's mighty inconvenient. Why you gotta be right there? I love the fact that these are all set to be cut down because because whilst, mining this out. Well, at least I know where the edge of it is. Fortunately, I should be able to pretty easily, sort this. Blocked at that location. Really? Okay, fine. Let's just get all this shit mined out and hope that nothing terrifying comes running out of it. Although at this point, that is the least of my concerns. Anybody gonna go fell trees? Do I even have any axe dwarves? I might not. It's a very real chance I may not. I have one who literally is a devilish potato, who also has no skill in weapons in woodcutting, by the way, which is kind of amazing. Kind of foiled my excavation plans here, but... So the other thing that's kind of neat about this... Discovered an unusual volcanic... Where is this one? Oh, wow, there's one, right there, too. I can't even see it. The dwarves can, apparently. All right, there we go. We're getting all these trees hacked down. That's good. It's going to be a lot of log hauling jobs. But I'm going to need to get this whole area, walled off, basically, in order to keep doing this safely. Dwarf has never seen a tree in their life. That is not true. But they have seen giant mushrooms, which are basically the same thing as trees. We consider them trees here. There are local tree equivalents. It will be fine. No, the amphibian men are in the middle cavern. It's a different type of animal people per cavern layer, so it wouldn't be 353 amphibian men. It would be however many whatevers are in this cavern. So, not that many different type of... Yeah, sure, ant-men. Yeah, that could be possible. As long as the wasp isn't there, we're good. And as long as he doesn't bring Iron Man with him, I think we'll be fine. Grundle, what's with you and asking people to eat strange things? Also, you said that out of context, and you didn't actually say what you're referring to, so... Are you even talking in the right chat room? Or are we talking about Ant-Men? What's the question here? How am I supposed to respond when I don't even know what the substance is? That or I just completely missed what the substance was. Local tree equivalents. But what's the pork equivalent? You're asking me if I would eat a local pork equivalent. So what is the pork equivalent? I'm very concerned. What the hell is... Uh-oh. Stop what you are doing there, Dwarf. I think this tree and I think this tree are holding up this platform. Hold on. I just gotta do something real quick. Because nothing is supporting this right now, so it's got to be these trees. Although that might be about to drop it. We'll see. Should be fine, right? Right? Nothing could... Okay, it's fine. Now I can tell them to chop these down. How the hell did you get up there? Where did you walk from? There's like nothing connecting you. Did you climb the tree? Oh, that's fine. Just 15, like, you're being sieged alerts going off at once. That's always fine. Delphi Vin, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. Well, they saw them somehow, even if it's walled off. That's all that the alerts mean, is that somebody saw them. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back up to here and go to this lever, pull it, and then fly down to here. And go right to here. Go boop. Oh, come on, game. And we're under attack again, apparently. Just let me go to this, connect that. And there's a vile force of darkness that's arrived. Being led by a goblin poet. What are you going to do? Attack me with your artistry? It's very inconvenient, man. It's just dead goblins everywhere on the surface. They zigzag around. So much blood just outside of this tavern right here. So one of the goblins was just found dead. I think... Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a child right here named Kel. And they're really trying to get to this child. But these dwarves, they have picks, a lot of them. And it turns out that they're picking this goblin to pieces with their pickaxes. By simply, well, also the cave dragon's helping. But actually the cave dragon's doing most of the work. But anyway, the cave dragon is just like completely wrecking those poor goblins. And it does appear that none of my dwarves have died, though. That being said, there is a dwarf up here, Suxul, who just horribly murdered that goblin who was trying to stand there and do something. But I think we're just going to send them outside and see what they can see what they can do. This goblin poet right here, who seemed to be the leader, is currently getting attacked by the dragon and the dwarf, who are just beating the ever-living shit out of it. And it is now, well, no longer with us. Fortunately, it's for the best. And just like that, as soon as it started, the siege is now done. And the dwarves are all kind of standing there going like, well, where's the rest of them? We go, well, they didn't really send a fighting force. Also, what was that? Twins have hatched. Twin baby full-grown dragons, look at that. Thumbs up. Big fan. And Arab, the mechanic, has bestowed the name Thuninzing upon a iron shield. It was a goblin, is no longer a goblin. That's not what I wanted to write. That's what I wanted to write. All right, so we're going to have to cancel this. By that, I mean I need somebody else to do this job. Elephant's tender's too busy. Goblin, gob that. Mass morass, that'll work. It's currently linking up some quartzite mechanisms to a lever. How are the elephants? Multiplying? We haven't lost any of them yet. I'm waiting until we have more than like 3 of them that are fully grown, which means it's going to take a little bit. And then I will assign them as war elephants. Avos? Oh, I've got a ghost. Shit. There you are. As we follow this guy. To the point that the live stream can't even help. Oh, if you're using DFHack, you can exterminate them. Otherwise, you're SOL. Another force of vile darkness has arrived. Except this time, I'm going to jump up to the surface. By that, I mean this tavern. And lock the frickin' door. Is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to tell the dwarves to go all right here. And I'm going to tell my Marks dwarves to go right here. And go, do you guys have bolts? Yeah, you do. Look at that. That's great. You guys have bolts. Go line up. Get ready for why. Got to do it like Wario. Also, it looks like poor Olin the weaponsmith may be in a lot of trouble running away from those goblins, although I think they may just be attacking us. Yep, they are, which is good. My Marks dwarves did not have time to get into position. And Bird, who is wielding her artifact sword, is chasing these goblins directly towards their own leaders, and my Marks dwarves are now lining up. The disciples are beginning to fire bolts at a pretty effective pace. There's even a nose in midair. Would you look at that? That's how you know it's a good fight. It's because there's literally noses, arms, limbs, teeth, all of the bits and pieces flying through the air. And the goblins cease breathing. You didn't even know that you could get sieged that soon after a siege. Yep, and all of the sieges can be tiny and insignificant and non-threatening. Just like that one. I wish they were bigger. I would like to get sieged by something that was a threat. That would be fun. It's been a while since they've had enough goblins to do that, I think. I just want one of those proper, you know, parlay sieges, you know what I'm saying? No, they don't ever, or at least not for me, they don't equip singular bolts. They equip 25 to 30 bolts from the container, or the selection that is allotted to them, which is more than enough, more than plenty to spare, non-issue. So I've never had that, if that's a problem that you are facing. But as far as that goes, I just put them into stockpiles. I make a ammunition stockpile, and the dwarves just go and equip the ammo stockpiles without any real issue. So you boost the frequency of parlay sieges. Can you do that? Because I'll totally do that. Invasion cap soldiers, attack 1, attack 2. Where is that option? Siege frequency. There's that one. Oh, I see. So it's like increase this number. Let's just do that 90. Can send more of them. And also, while you're at it, minimum raids between sieges, 1. And let's say 500 and 500. I want sieges. Give me some sieges. Let's make these entertaining. Yeah, I knew about dropping minimum raids. I didn't realize about the siege versus raid frequency thing. Or I probably did. I just haven't looked at those settings in a while. So I usually just adjust the cavern dweller frequency stuff. Just had to double check to make sure that this was supported by something. Come on, just the last one. Let's go knock that out. Then I'm just making sure you don't run past another dwarf. I'm just going to put a lock on this. Grab this. Actually, I'm just going to hotkey this to F3. Jump up to here, grab you. Pull this. Anybody can do it. Who's ready for the second hammer of Armok, chat? You may want to look up if you like seeing things go boom. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, right as an ad hits. Good timing. It's okay. You get more time to look up, you know. Things you make go boom. Have you never watched the YouTube channel Electro Boom? Okay, that, but Dwarf. And with lots of rocks and boulders and things going crash. That or Zoom. Doop, doop, doop. As I wait for this silly ad to end. Can you tell I've been streaming for 10.5 hours? My brain's starting to fall out of my ear a little bit. We're getting to one of those days, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. 4 hours? You know, for Strata here, our meetings can legally be 2 hours before our Strata manager leaves. He's paid to do 2 hours of meeting, and they go from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m., and then he leaves. We could keep meeting after that, but... he literally just gets up and leaves, so we have to be done in 2 hours. And generally we're done in like an hour 10 sharp. Okay, now we can do the thing. I hope these actually drop. Oh. Where did I fuck up on this one? Still, what? Hey, chat, spot what I did wrong. I forgot to disconnect the stairs. All right, so false alarm. Fortunately, the repeat here will be easy. Fortunately. Boom delay, it's fine. Yeah, I know. We all forget to push certain buttons sometimes, you know? It's F3? Yes. Blink. When did you fall asleep? Just now. You have a third... That's a very expensive... Probably an artifact, if I were to bet. Probably an artifact. Very likely an artifact. But right around the time you heard a bling sound followed by a secondary bling sound. Oxtrot's doing this one. It's good to see. Column after getting into an argument. Why you gotta do that, though? At least you worship the right god. You've never noticed it, though? I've certainly had artifacts that I've never noticed. Many times. Dwarf generally has had a pretty decent life, I would think. You just don't like seeing dead bodies, and honestly, I don't blame you. Much. Does make sense, though. Felt wonder remembering the rites of the dead communion at a dedicated temple. Well, that's good. At least you've got happy thoughts in your reoccurring memories, aside from the, like, dead demon in the hallway. It's totally fine. But nobody can tell the treasure anything. All right, chat. It's time for the next real actual rock drop. It's not New Year's, but it's somehow more exciting. It's better than the ball drop. All right, so who gets to do the honors? It's Mass Morass, the Tavern Keeper, who gets to do the honors. And deep within this place, we've uncovered what must be a treasure of the gods. We checked for heat. What devilry is this? Something evil is emerging from the newly exposed pocket. And just like that, we see this thing. This Ceropod fiend, which is currently bleeding heavily after getting impacted by many clouds. I don't know if it can fly or if it's just simply been knocked through the air. It's a one-eyed Ceropod. It has a curling trunk, and it squirms and fidgets. Its sky blue scales are large and overlapping. Beware its deadly dust. It is clumsy. It's still bleeding heavily and cannot breathe. And ability to stand is somewhat impaired. It's now just bleeding. Well, it's done bleeding. Well, that's... Why couldn't you have just finished bleeding? Would have made my life much easier here. Stupid creature. Well, it does have deadly dust. What else do we have down here? We found what must be a treasure of the gods. Oh my god. We've got an artifact metal amulet, slick metal amulet, a slick metal crown. It's very slick. And is that... Holy shit. Whoa. That's pretty badass. All right. I think that our expedition leader / Duchess desperately needs an artifact. Ooh, you know, I don't actually want to tell these soldiers to go down here. Because I don't really want them to get knocked into this lava. Also, down here, there's an artifact crushing metal scimitar? Oh. Well, somehow I killed Gigmoth in the process. My apologies.
Bring out your dead.
So, oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Bring out your dead.
Anyway, we found no banner flags dead. That's fucking funny. Lanix wants a dwarf. Chat, can we give Lanix a dwarf? Yes or no? It's got to be overwhelming. What kind of dwarf would you like, Lanix? Or rather, chat, what kind of dwarf does Lanix get? Bearded? A braided beard. Okay, so aside from the braided beard. I love the fact that this thing is just sitting in this hole here and just can't get out. It's very convenient for me. If he was just climbing out of there, we'd be in trouble. I mean, I could have dropped a brick on it. I just don't really want dwarves to get knocked in there because it's got this problem of, like, you know, being having deadly dust, so it can just send things flying for no reason. So I'm gonna just try and shoot it from the side because it's less dangerous in a way. And dropping a brick on it would take longer. Oh, now it's dead. Somebody shot it. Okay, so it killed itself. I didn't kill it. It literally expelled its dust, which ricocheted back against the wall, and it slammed into a wall and died. Cool. Awesome. Although, I think they're puking now. Seems like the dust gave them a fever and nausea. Uh-oh. YouTube has a fever, chat. Gonna be okay there. Something cowbell. Always cowbell. Naturally cowbell. Adil the Swords Dwarf is unconscious. What are you in need of? So something I need to check. I need to go to where the elephants are, and then we'll get Lanix named. Okay, so I don't have a well down here anymore. I used to. Just gonna go well. And I will say copper buckets. Let's make 20. I think I'm just out of buckets. And for some reason, my well isn't sufficing anymore. And let's go here. Ah, that's the other problem. 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 problems. For some reason, my well got destroyed. And, yeah. All right, so Lanix needs a dwarf with a beard. Let's give you a bearded Yugath worshiper whom's not mad. Like Etur, this dwarf. Lanix just wants to be with family. Simple dwarf. Simple pleasures. Is intellectually stubborn, rarely changing his mind during a debate, regardless of its merits. He is very greedy and he has an active sense of humor. He often acts with compassion and thinks before acting, and often feels lustful and generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity. He likes to take it easy and isn't particularly curious. And he isn't particularly ambitious, and he takes offered help and gifts without feeling particularly grateful, and he rolls his eyes when he's annoyed. He needs alcohol to get through the working day, and likes being outdoors at least for a time, and only grumbles mildly at bad weather. He dreams of creating a great work of art, and personally finds those who exercise power over others, has a negative view of those who exercise power over others. He likes steel and harlequin opal, and the sound of the silky embrace, and the sight of the sienna sweetness, and when possible, prefers to consume giant cave spider, bumblebee mead, and kangaroo's milk, and absolutely hates blood gnats. And worships Yugath, the lustful, larval phlegms, as he says. And he's enraptured after performing the rites. Welcome to the cult, my friend. And you do actually have friends, Kokoroko and Obok. If I jump back down to here. And since I've done all of the, digging through of stuff and, dropping big, heavy objects down here, something I can do really easily now is just dig through all of this because I know that it's all safe. It wouldn't be safe if it wouldn't have successfully, what's the word? Dropped without, releasing something if it wasn't safe. So we know now that it's safe, so I can just go through here and do this. I can drain this out and down here. It'll be great. Which, honestly, is my favorite part of the Hammers of Armok, and why it's the best strategy for this kind of thing now. You can just drain this stuff directly off the side of the map. Thought that those logs was a dwarf for a second there and was very concerned for a dwarf's safety. Fortunately, that was only momentary, and the problem is now solved itself. Because it was just a log. I mean, it took me a while to find a strategy that actually worked for this kind of nonsense, but fortunately, we've pulled it off now. And now what I can do for this down here is once we drop a layer onto here, because we'll do that from up here. In fact, I'll start building one. Although I probably shouldn't just make it out of whatever. Because I'm going to start building one. This next drop will then expose everything beneath it, which will then tell me, yeah, no, that's also safe. And so on. Etc. And it doesn't really matter what it looks like, as long as it's just a big square of blocks. And then once we're done digging out this whole layer, we then do it again. Rinse, repeat. And Oxtrot, the disciple of Ugath, has been taken by a Feymud. And chat! You guys got an extra 40 minutes to an hour. I think I'm going to call it now. For realsies this time. It really sucks the stream had to crash today. I don't know what caused that, but is what it was. And it is what it was. Yeah, an extra 45 minutes. So shoutouts to Drid for extending the stream by an extra 30 minutes. You know, I might just be really lazy and just put up a really short VOD. Just not edit it together. Because I don't really want to wait for like 6 hours of rendering. I'll be honest. So chat room, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. Sorry for the technical difficulties.